Not too bad. How's it going?
I'm glad you came over.
I'm gonna.
Hey.
Oh, hey, how's it going? How's it
Good.
going?
Good.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine.
So.
Here, my room's over here.
Okay, all right.
Did your trip go all right?
It was different. It was very different.
Oh, okay.
Where do I need to?
You can just put your stuff anywhere. So what happened?
Oh, it was different. It was you want me to shut your door?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That'd be great.
It was. I guess I should have known that like a family that'd be moving to Wyoming would be weird.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't know that. I'm gonna take my shoes off.
Oh, go for it.
I thought I would know that, but it wasn't. It was a fine trip. It was fun. But the family was really weird. It was
What was weird about it?
there's a lot of things, and I'm sure if we have time, I can tell you more about it. But okay. When we were driving there.
Yeah.
Like we're driving. It's like I don't know. I've been like driving for like a couple hours or so.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna pop a squat down here. When we were driving, there, we'd been driving for a couple hours, and they were being dead quiet.
Okay.
Which I thought was weird because, like all the time, like I went on trips with my family and things like that. We've always just been like, yapping about something, and but they weren't. They were just dead quiet. And I was just like, just like scenery, landscape, and everything. And I was getting bored, and I was getting tired. Mm-hmm. So, I popped on one of my CDs.
Yeah.
And I was, as my typical kind of weirdo stuff I listen to, whatever it is. And after a while, I don't know, I'd say like middle to like the second song or something.
Uh-huh.
The mom, she stopped us, or she stopped me rather, and she said, "We don't listen to CDs here."
Really?
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, okay." And I didn't know what to do because I didn't bring any vinyl records or anything. So I asked, like, would you want me to turn this off? Want me to turn off the CD? And she's like, "We would prefer it if you did."
Wow. So they'd rather just like sit in that office.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. And it's weird because they said prefer, and it sounded just, I don't know, we prefer that you would. Mm-hmm. That was just like, so I turned it off, and back to just, the open road, and we were driving for a really long time, and it was just, like rooms where they just got completely silent,
Yeah.
and it's people crazy from it, and it was doing a number on me. And then finally, the daughter that they had, started singing "Wheels on the Bus."
Okay.
Right.
Mhm.
And then the brother joined in.
Yeah.
And then the mom joined in.
Kind of cute.
And then the dad joined in.
Okay.
And they kept singing it.
Uh huh.
And then they didn't stop.
Oh.
And they kept going.
For how long?
I didn't count, but I would say probably every bit of 2 hours. Just not Wheels on the Bus, but like songs like that, like Wheels on the Bus, Itsy Bitsy Spider, like nursery rhyme songs.
That's pretty impressive.
And it was one of those things like I noticed. It was like one of those things like halfway through the first verse of Wheels on the Bus, I was like, "This is gonna be a long trip," and it was. But I mean, I made it, so I'm here now. So,
hey.
But yeah, it was unique. It was different. It was.
Well, I mean, if that's the worst thing that happened to you, not so bad.
Well, yeah, it's not. It wasn't like I didn't end up a lampshade in their house or something like that or anything, which is thank God. But yeah, it was very different. It was very different. How have you been?
I've been all right. Nothing much going on as usual.
Well, yeah, what would be?
But Starbucks has been all right.
Yeah.
We've had the usual, like the old guys coming in early in the morning and staying there until like God o'clock, and it just never ends.
What?
Until it just never ends.
Till what time though?
God o'clock.
God o'clock. What is that?
It's like it means like forever, I guess. Like as long as God is.
For as long as like creation.
Yeah.
Whereas like since the dawn of man, did these old people start out as babies when they were here? Because I'm familiar with these old people that you're talking about, and they're always there.
Yeah.
They always come in at like 4 in the morning or something, or they wake up at 4 in the morning, and they're talking about the newspaper. And I know but I didn't realize.
Yeah, God o'clock.
God o'clock.
Yeah.
What time of the clock is God o'clock?
I've never thought about that.
Is it like, if you're looking at your watch,
Uh-huh.
and like, say you look down at your watch at this whatever random time, and you start looking at it, like, however long it takes for the hands to spin around before you're like, God! Is that how long God o'clock is?
That'd be a great way of assessing it. Yes, that's
I feel like God o'clock would be different for different people then.
Really?
Yeah.
How so? Like what kind?
Well, there's, I don't know, there's...
Oh, like that. Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about like it's different based on your race or age. For different people.
For some people it's like Allah o'clock, Buddha o'clock. What time is Jesus o'clock? Is it like half the time? Is it like the 6 o'clock to midnight? Is that, what is that? Is 1/3 of the time it would take to get to God o'clock? Is that like Holy Spirit o'clock?
Yes.
Is that how it goes?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I just never heard this expression. God o'clock. Okay. So these old people, how are they?
They're all right, and we hired a new person.
Oh.
So sadly enough, you're not going to get more hours as you wish.
Well, I mean.
Even though I put a great word in for you, believe me, I did.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. That's great. So cool. I can look forward to 2 hours on the next schedule and stuff. Who? So you hired someone new though?
Yeah. It was a really weird interview. I'll just tell you the short version of it.
Well, the short version.
Thank
God.
I thought. I came out to her, I'm like, hey, are you Felicia? And she said, yes, and I gave her the whole interview, and at the end, she signed her name, and it was like Nicole Gade, not Felicia at all, and I'm like, why would you even come back here? You're not Felicia, and she's like, oh, I thought you were saying Chica, really weird.
What?
So, yeah, that's who's taking your hours.
Wait, hold up. So, okay, hold up. Bam. So, you thought you call this person Felicia?
Yeah, because when you're doing interviews, you're just looking for someone who you think is going to be doing an interview. You don't know who it is, so you kind of go in and you're like, hey, are you Felicia?
Yeah.
And she was dressed really businesslike. And she was like, yeah, I am. But she wasn't.
So did you hire the wrong person?
Well, she seemed like a good candidate, so I just didn't want to do another interview, so I just let her on board.
Was it she's in the right place, right time?
Yeah.
Wait. So Felicia, who actually came in for a job interview, is still sitting
waiting for a job interview.
and you just hired some random off the street. Didn't you have an application or something?
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah. I'm surprised, when you hired me, that you grabbed my application and you came to me. Then, gosh, for all I know, you could have gave it to one of the old people that were sitting there.
I could have.
So okay, so she thought you said Chica?
Yeah.
Because that's professional.
Hi, Chica. Hey, you ready for a job interview?
Hey, Vato, who want to come work for Starbucks? That was supposed to be a Spanish accent. So. Okay. I just that's so bizarre. Why would she think that you said chica? That doesn't make any.
I don't know.
But okay, so that's great. So Starbucks has hired someone who can't hear. That's cool. That's cool. Are you gonna have to hire an ASL interpreter for her as well because she's deaf?
I hope not. Maybe you can be her interpreter.
Oh I know that.
What's that?
Poop. because that's what's most important. If a deaf person ever came up to me, I could tell them where the bathroom is.
Or you could just tell them poop.
This is sorry. If he comes up to me and he's like, I'm like, sorry, you gotta just go in your pants. Because that's not childish. So Felicia, okay. So that's cool. Someone's gonna come up and like order a large mocha. And she's gonna give them a Diet Coca. Because you can't hear them. That was stupid, don't laugh at that.
No, it's really... no reason.
Yeah, really no reason. So that's all. Is that all that's going on at Starbucks? Just Felicia and all that stuff.
Nothing else. Oh, but new with me. I got offered this. It's kind of like an internship. I don't know if you'd call it one, but to like tutor kids in Taiwan and teach them English. Yeah. I thought it kind of sounds cool. It's different from usual.
I'd say so. It's Taiwan.
Yeah, and that's a great thing to put on an application and open a lot of doors for me. So it's teaching English to just these Taiwanese
school children. School children, okay. What made you do that?
Well, friends of the family came over for dinner one night and they brought it up to my parents, and my parents are like freaking out that my life's not going anywhere. So
Jim and Allison.
Yeah.
So good.
So they're like, yeah, Kim, you have to do this. You have to do this. Give you some direction, get you out of home. Probably put me.
Give you some direction.
Yeah.
We could buy a map for you. Is a map to Taiwan? So like your parents recommended or your friends?
Well, they're the ones like somehow they're like incorporated with this whole program, and so they brought it up to them, and my parents are like, you should do it.
So okay. So are you going to or are you?
I'm thinking about it. Like I have a while to give them an answer, and then I have a little while to pack up. They said once I give them the answer, I have like about a week to close things at Starbucks, get all my shit packed up, and head on overseas.
Just head on over. Just casually take a stroll over to Taiwan. Just
no big deal.
No biggie. Yeah. Just okay. Do you? Okay. So I'm sorry. I'm just. This surprised me.
I understand it is very surprising, but I really wanted to tell you this. It's important to me for you to know
that you're becoming Taiwanese.
Yeah.
That you're. I don't know. I mean, hey, I don't blame you. That's so you've not said yay or nay or anything about that.
Yeah, I mean, I just.
How long is it for?
About a year, but if I like it, I could stay longer.
Oh, okay, a year.
Yeah, but I'll come back for Christmas and stuff.
Oh, okay. You will come down my chimney?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Surprise!
Cool. Joke's on you, I don't have a chimney.
Oh, no.
You gotta make one, like Tim Allen. Don't mind. Wow, Taiwan, okay.
Yeah.
I guess you'd have to fly out there at some point, I guess, obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I saw the other day, actually?
What did
when I was in Wyoming, because all they watch is the news, apparently. I was watching, they developed this car. It's like a convertible. They're showing this car, and it's this convertible is driving down the road. Nice convertible. It looked car commercial at first. And then the guy who was driving it, he turns and he drives into the water, but like the car doesn't go underwater.
No?
No, it's like it was driving on the water.
Yeah?
It's like, I don't know, it's like Jesus' car or something. It's like a new like thing they've developed with a car that can drive on water. And I was watching, and like the guy was like doing donuts or something in the water and all this stuff.
Oh, never heard of that. But right when I get off the plane, I will go and check it out.
You could drive one of those over to Taiwan.
I could.
You could. Because I mean, sure they, they're everywhere now.
Probably.
I just like, okay, that's cool that you have a car that drives on water, but like, why would you make it convertible?
Because it's just more awesome.
But water's gonna get in the car.
Well, I mean, they have like those boats without the tops.
Okay, alright. You're right. That is. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's true. I guess I'd be afraid of you see those like the rivers with the catfish jump out and stuff.
Oh, and it like smacks you in the face.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be worried like you're driving and all of a sudden you just get smacked by a fish tail and you swerve. And normally it's bad when you drive off a bridge because you go into the water, but you're already in the water, so there's nothing you can do. I guess. But
I guess not.
I guess okay. So yeah, you could drive one of those over there.
I definitely will. It will be a blast.
I'm sure it will. Wow. So, you mind if I open a window?
Yeah.
It's a little warm in here.
Yeah, it is. A little bit.
Perfect. That's just a perfect opening for the gargoyle to come in. Does that rhino have a mustache?
Indeed, he does.
I've never. Do rhinos in the wild come with mustaches? Is that a common?
No, he's very special.
Does he have a name?
No. Do you have a good name?
Do I have a good name?
Yeah, a good name for mustache.
Oh, do I have a name? I think Rhino with a mustache says all it needs to say. I think
Rhino with a mustache?
I mean, what better name is there than Rhino with a mustache?
I cannot think of any.
I really just love names that just tell you
what it is.
Everything you need to know about it. I just love this is it.
Leave him right there.
Watching
us talk.
You might.
Yeah.
I like how he's two-toned. I like how his legs are gray, but his top is like this Pepto-Bismol pink. This is a strange rhino. Have you had this for a while or something?
Yeah, really, really super long time since I was very little.
Is this? Wow. Okay.
I like his little feet. That's my favorite.
His feet?
Look how tiny they are. He's such a big rhino.
They feel like they're just like loose little flaps. Maybe I could have a hard time supporting his weight on flaps like that. But what do I know? They're like your feet.
My feet?
Yeah.
Have little flaps?
Yeah. You always wear those flats.
Oh.
So there are flaps and flats. Which is going to be the title of the book I write about you. Flaps. It sounds like what is it Barbara Streisand? They called Babs or something like that.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Okay, they'll refer to Kim as Flaps, which sounds awful. No.
That's like a terrible name.
No. That's no. They're not gonna do that. No. I will make sure that no one refers to you as Flaps. What's Flaps in Taiwanese?
Sonya. I don't know.
Sonya?
I just made that up. Okay. I don't know any Taiwanese.
Then how you gonna teach anything in Taiwan?
Like crash course course.
How
Crash.
are you going to teach English in Taiwan? You can't even say course right, George. So, like, no, seriously, like, do you know any Taiwanese?
No, I don't. Like, nothing. I don't even know hi.
You don't even know hi?
Yeah.
As in, like, hello?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So, how are you going to get by? How are you going to...
I don't know, I guess, like, in my room, it's, like, an English-speaking room only. It's one of those foreign languages.
Or it's going to be an English-speaking room only.
Yeah.
Like, don't you dare come in here.
Yeah, speaking your Taiwanese.
How dare you speak your native tongue, this language that you grew up with.
Yeah.
You gotta speak my way or the highway, right?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
You're gonna rule Taiwan the same way you rule Starbucks.
Really?
Yeah, you know
That'd
what
be
that...
awesome. I'll miss Starbucks, though.
Oh, yeah, I mean, how could you not miss Starbucks? Because I missed it whenever I was away.
I bet.
Oh
Think about it every minute, every day.
Literally every minute.
Like, they're at Starbucks.
I was like, it's about God o'clock right now. What are they doing over at Starbucks? Like, literally, just like, there was one time I forgot to breathe. Because I just couldn't stop thinking about Starbucks.
It's terrible.
It was terrible. It was like, they had to give me, they were going to, they had to give me mouth to mouth and, like, hit my chest a whole bunch and all that stuff. It was terrible. It was really awful.
Goodness.
And then they also called me on being a horrible liar, too. I didn't really.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
You know. I'm just gonna start communicating like that. You can teach Taiwanese kids that.
Yeah.
You can teach them to talk like the snorks, like angry snorks or something.
What's a snork?
Underwater Smurf. You don't know the Smurf?
Is that something that you just made up?
No, they were like, remember the Smurfs?
Yeah.
You remember? Blue?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, they were snorks, and it was the same thing, but they were underwater.
Why did they do that?
To appeal to the fish demographic. I don't know. To appeal to people that live underwater.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. Well, like, I don't know. This is like, I don't know. It's the thought that there needed to be more underwater creatures on network television or something. I don't know.
Probably.
Thundercats was made to appeal to cats and to thunder. Cat ladies and meteorologists loved Thundercats. That was so popular.
I'm definitely gonna miss you in Taiwan.
Oh wow, I might miss you.
I
might.
You're betters.
Oh, betters?
Betters.
Betters. That's the plural form of better.
Yeah, it means a lot of betters. Or better.
Oh, better. The plural form means a lot of the plural form. Is that? I didn't realize that. Yes. Well, I will miss you, betters. A lot of betters. I'll miss you.
Sounds good.
Yeah, something like that. I'll miss you. Alice will miss you. Steve will miss you. Are you taking Rhino with mustache?
Of course.
I was gonna say, if you don't take him, he'll miss you.
He's carry-on.
He's a carry-on?
Mm-hmm.
He's just the only thing you're gonna carry on.
Yeah, I don't know.
You have to run up to the X-ray and everything. And,
it'd be cute if he had his own little, like, ticket, his own little seat. And he could be sitting there with his, like, little bag of peanuts. And, like, headphones. Like, what's the movie?
Oh my gosh, like a little tiny suitcase and everything.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
And you go to your apartment in Taiwan and there's a little tiny rhino bed with a little tiny blanket. And he's got his own little tiny classroom of Taiwanese rhinos that he's teaching.
Little Asian rhino.
And then you can be like, whatever with your rhino. I don't know, I mean, it could work out. I don't know.
It could. So, since I am going to be going away and everything, one thing I did want to talk about, what are we going to do about us?
I mean, that's a good question.
Like, I know I just, sprung this on you, didn't have time to think. So I was just curious, like, what do you think? Do you want this to go on or not?
I mean, I don't know. That's a good question. It's difficult because I don't know. I never thought we'd get here. Let alone to something in the future. You know what I mean? I mean, there's definitely you would say there's a slow build to us. There was a slow burn.
Yeah, but I mean, what about now? Like, do you think we're kind of strong enough to withstand something like that? I mean, we did fine when you were away for, a week.
Well, I mean, yeah, but we were texting and stuff, and I was listening to whenever I was able to get away from the family. That did not approve of compact discs. I was able, or not compact discs. Sorry. I was able to listen to the mixtape I made you. I wasn't able to listen to the mixtape that you made me because it was a cassette. But I was able to listen to the mixtape I made you. I had it saved on a playlist in my iPod. I was able to listen to that.
Wow, that's awesome.
Did I tell you about your mixtape that you made for me?
No.
I appreciated it. What happened was I was very surprised that you gave me a mixtape.
Yes.
Especially considering it was a cassette, because I had never actually gotten a cassette one. I'd only gotten CDs. So I was like, oh wow, because I was really excited. And so I went home that night after you gave me, and I was like, oh, I gotta listen to this. And I was digging through my closet, when I was I felt like I was an archaeologist or something, the Shroud of Turin and all this stuff in my closet. And I was like, yeah. And I finally found my cassette player, and I popped it in, and all of a sudden I started hearing, and I was like, so that's how she feels about me. Oh boy. I guess what happened is it was old and the motors or something weren't working right in it or something.
Okay.
So I started thinking, I'm like, oh my god, I want to listen to this, because I assumed that you put more than 3 seconds worth of effort into it. So I went to my grandma's the next day, because I remember listening to cassettes there and everything. I remember one time I went over there and she was listening to a cassette. And I went over there, and I was got to talk to my grandma, hey grandma, how's it going, blah, blah, blah. And I asked her if I could listen to her cassette player. And then she told me, she's like, what cassette player? I'm like, the one that you had over that one time I came over and, spend time with you. And turns out that wasn't her cassette player. It was her neighbor, Roxy's. So I went over to her neighbor, Roxy's. And I was like, hey, Roxy, I'm Dolores' grandson, right? And I was like, can I listen to your cassette player? And she's like, okay. So I went in, and I popped it in and everything, and it started playing something, and I remembered oh, I played this earlier, but I didn't rewind it. So I went to rewind it, and it ate the tape.
No, so you never got to listen to it?
I never got to listen to it. It ate the tape. But Roxy gave me sugar cookies.
Well, I'm glad you got sugar cookies.
So, slight success?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I appreciate that though. Even though I did not get to listen to it, I did appreciate that.
I'm glad you liked it. But I'm sorry, I feel terrible for just doing circles, but seriously, what are we going to do? I mean, I want to figure something out. I just don't want it to be left up in the air. I mean, even if it's no, I mean, that's okay. It's better than, just not knowing if I leave, what's going to happen. Because I really like you. And I want to be with you. I don't mind waiting that much or trying to make it work.
Well, I like you too, Kim. I don't know. Are you going?
I might. I mean, I don't really have anything here waiting for me. I mean, all that I have is like Starbucks.
Yeah, you got nothing else here.
And you. And when you were gone, I was just really lonely. And
that's not...
hated it. And I mean, like, I know you're probably going to be around here, but what if you start taking up more odd jobs? I mean, you're not finding anything here right now.
Well, that wasn't like a thing that I do often. That was just a thing that was there, I don't get very many hours at Starbucks, and I got, things I need to do. I got to eat, So, it's not something I plan on doing forever. If I could, I'd like the, be able to, stability of one job, not have to take all these, dumb odd jobs and things like that. But that's not like a thing that's going to be forever. That's not a consistent thing.
I know.
But, I don't know. To be honest with you, I never even thought you liked me, I just thought you were, I just thought you were friendly or something. I had a crush on you since you interviewed me. I had a crush on you ever since you walked up to me and said, "Hey, Chica, here's the interview." It's just, I didn't think anything was gonna happen. And so, I don't know, like, you asked, like, what's gonna happen in the future. Like, I didn't even know how we got to the present,
But
I
know that, and I know that's frustrating for you, but do you want to try, or?
I don't know, like, okay, I'd be cool with, communicating with you with emails or letters or whatever, but if you're not coming back, there's no point. Eventually, you'll get tired, and I don't know about moving to Taiwan and all this stuff. I granted, don't have much here, but it's I don't know. Like, what's the point in us emailing and all this stuff if you're never gonna come back anyway?
So you don't want to do it?
No, it's not. It's not saying I don't want to do that. That's not saying it at all. I do want to keep in communication with you. I do want to keep talking to you, but it's not what's going to happen. It's not going to be like, okay, well, we just email each other for the rest of our lives.
But I don't understand what you're saying. It's like you're just going around in circles. I'm not getting an answer. I just need a yes or a no.
It's not.
That's it.
It's not as simple as a yes or no. I wished it was. I wished it was as simple as a yes or no, but it's never going to be as simple as a yes or no. I can't say, oh, well, yeah. I can't do that. It's not. Nothing has ever, with you, nothing has ever been as simple as a yes or a no. It's never. I never even think, I've been crazy about you ever since I frickin' started there. Like, okay, why? Okay, I'm there. I'm scheduled 6 hours a week. I'm there 36 hours a week. Why is that? It's not because I like coffee. It's ironic how I always happen to come in whenever you're working, but I never show up whenever anyone else is. It's not as simple as yes or no. I can't help it think about you all the time and all this stuff. I don't know. God, it's like... Have you ever been to Wyoming? Have you ever been to Wyoming, ever? Okay. There is not one single thing in Hannah, Wyoming that should make me think of you. Not a single thing. But guess what I thought of the entire time? Even with the Hokey Pokey family, singing Wheels on the Bus and all this stuff, I've thought about you all the time, and I missed you and all this stuff. I came back here excited to see you, and I find out you're just leaving for Taiwan. God, I don't know.
Well, no wonder you don't get a whole lot of shifts at Starbucks. With an attitude like that.
I just, I think we're tired. We're tired. I've been driving all day, and it's hot in here, and I think we're just frustrated. I think let's just go to bed, sleep on it, and work out something.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just we're tired. Don't worry about it. We're just
Oh, thanks.
You're cold.
Oh, you don't.
No,
you don't have to give me your hoodie or anything. No. Thanks. I am a little cold. This is very sweet.
Hey, I'm really sorry about.
No, don't. I mean,
No,
it wasn't even bad.
No,
and
it was just kind of, we just got a little. I don't know. It was just
I mean, it's okay. I mean, I guess it means that we care about each other if it gets like that for what that's worth.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It's just off, and I don't know. I just hope you didn't.
Don't worry about it. It's okay. I'm gonna miss you, okay?
Miss you.
I guess I'll see you around.
Yeah, I'll see you.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah.